G'day guys, Cam Wild Touring and welcome to this week's episode. If you can't tell, this week we're in the Flinders Ranges and this is a bucket list destination for Tiff and I. Really excited to have a poke around. Should be a good one.
Oh my God. Jesus, we just scraped the end of the caravan. That's good. Hello. Can you say we're at Rawnsley Station?
Rawnsley Station.
Rawnsley Station. So we're staying in the unpowered bush camping section. So there's a 6 kilometre track. It's inside. There's a 6 kilometre track past the main caravan park, and you just take the track and there's all little off tracks everywhere, and you can really just pick and choose where you camp, which is a big problem for us because we're very I am very undecisive.
It's a big problem for Tiff and so was the full drive track. She had to get out and walk sections. Couldn't possibly film it because it was too stressful, but we survived.
It's so hard when someone doesn't tell you where to park. You're like, oh, I've got to look at all of it because I want the best option. Anyway, so we're right at the end of the track.
Yeah, actually a ripper little four-wheel drive track really to come in here with a van on anyway. Yeah. But yeah, did you tell them what we want to do while we're here?
No.
So, supposed to be some really good walks, supposed to be some good full driving. We can have a campfire, which we are so stoked about.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to see something different. We've been beach hopping for a while. It's just nice to see this big vista of mountains in the background.
Yeah, even just driving into the mountains today, coming straight from Whyalla right on the beach to here, it's beautiful.
Big difference, eh?
Yeah. I'm really excited to be here. I've always wanted to come to the Flinders.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Bucket list stuff. So hopefully this episode is a ripper then. I reckon it will be.
What have you been doing?
I've been hiding them. And so we found these at other campsites.
Where did we find this one?
We found that one at that caravan park.
I can't even remember. Oh, we found that one in Port Lincoln.
Yeah. And we found this one
in
the last campsite.
In Whyalla.
Yeah, Whyalla. So yeah.
So these are like a special thing that they've called SA Rocks. Keep or rehide, and there's a Facebook page, so it's a big thing around, well, it's around Australia everywhere really. So what are you going to do? You're going to keep them or you're going to rehide them?
I'm going to rehide them.
We're going to rehide them.
You said that you would keep them if you were little.
So if any kids see this video, hopefully you can come and find one.
Yeah. Right here.
All right, that's a good spot.
So I had my other one in that tree, and I'm going to hide my next one in this tree. Oh, got my hair stuck. Okay. Right there.
Righto, Clay, first fire of the year, let's go. Get in a bit closer, chick. Right in at the bottom, bit closer. It's looking good. I like how Brodie set himself up, Tiff, from a safe viewing point. You funny.
Smell that fire.
I know, I've so missed this, hey. As the sun's just starting to set, all the tops of this range just look awesome. We just went for a little walk. Yeah, just really nice to have something different to look at. Loving it. Fire, I know. That's perfect, Chloe. Good job. Nice. Tiff's getting a bit of tea together for us and the kids. Actually, we're all going to eat together because we want to have an early one so that we can have some s'mores before Brodie goes to bed. Yeah. But yeah, when we were staying at Port Lincoln in town, someone dropped off a little gift for us.
Oh, not someone, the very lovely Gail.
Yeah.
Dropped these off for us. They're Thank you, Gail. They're you know, I never knew how much I needed these in my life. Like, they are so good for the caravan. since I've received them, I've been using them flat out. Like,
Yeah, honestly.
We eat dinner in bed. So, yeah, they hold your bowl perfectly.
Yeah.
Been using them heaps. Thanks, Gail.
Yeah, good on you. Thank you, Gail. Yeah, we're just having a bit of leftover tea, Tiff and I, and the kids. Actually, I think Chloe's having the same as us, a bit of lamb massaman curry from last night. Brodie's got his classic Brodie snack plate. Look good, buddy? Yeah. And I reckon that's us for this evening. Tomorrow, we're going to check out some four-wheel drive tracks, which I'm very excited about. Sound good?
And thank you to Paul as well, which is Gail's wife. I mean, husband, sorry.
Yes, thank you, Gail and Paul. Yeah, they're not too phased at all, are they? Hey, this morning we were going to go do some four-wheel drive tracks around Rawnsley Station. Now, you need to pay for access and pick up a key from the little reception desk before you go do them. Unfortunately, they ducked out of the office for half an hour or so.
Right as we got there, so
Yeah,
we couldn't be bothered waiting half an hour.
Nah, so we've got other stuff to do around here, so we decided to duck out and check out
Wilpena Pound?
Yeah.
Anyway, so you drive into it, you get to an information centre, and we had no idea what we were really in for because I haven't done any research yet.
No.
But the man that working at the information centre was so helpful, and he gave us a map and he told us what we should do. So we're going to do a little drive today through some of the gorges, Brachina Gorge, Bunaroo Gorge. There's a nice little trail that we're doing now to look at some emus. He suggested against doing the walks in Wilpena Pound for us, just because they're all sort of long for the kids, like they're 6K, 3-hour return type things, which is just a little bit much for us. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a driving tour today.
Yeah.
Some really good lookouts. Stokes Hill and Razorback Lookout are meant to be really, really nice.
I got ice cream. Me too.
You see any animals?
Yeah?
What can you see?
Oh, kangaroos. Kangaroos.
Yeah.
And emus.
Yeah.
This is more like a safari. You know, the other day when you were like, we're going for a safari.
Yeah.
This is more like a safari.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have an emu cross the road.
Oh.
Oh, there's a fence there he tripped over.
Oh, poor bugger. That's a big wagon. Yeah, put kids on it.
Yeah, so the bloke at the visitor centre said there's some old, as well as the animals and stuff here, there's a couple of old ruins, an old general store and a few things to have a quick walk around, and then we'll head out and do some of this scenic four-wheel drive track. Well, it's just a scenic drive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or unsealed, bit of corrugations, but nothing bad.
Cool. We'll do the bad stuff tomorrow.
Very quiet everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been. So this was the chook sheds, I think it said. Just careful of snakies, guys.
Yeah.
Looks,
Maybe don't go in, guys.
looks very snaky.
Beba,
He's all right.
he's looking at me.
He is.
And he's not charging at me.
Not
Not charging. That sounds like your sister's gotten in your ear.
He's looking at me.
Tiff was reading that this was the government house, and when it was built, it was $800 to erect it. Crazy, eh?
Wow.
So we're into this gravel loop through the national park at the moment, and there's a couple of little sites to stop and check out. Some huts, some old buildings, some lookouts, that kind of stuff. This one is called Bunaroo Lookout, and it looks out over a big valley. What do you think, Chloe? Pretty good view. Pretty.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that car's where we're going to keep driving, Chloe, over there.
When I was young, my daddy said, gotta keep one eye open in your bed. 'Cause there's a time coming when the devil gonna come for you. So my trigger finger, stay prepared. I've got my weapon and I got my prayers. 'Cause if you don't run this town, they'll walk all over you.
That was funny. As we're driving along, it's been a really cool drive. You're up the top of the mountain range, and then you're driving through these gorges with rock walls on both sides, sheer rock walls like that. Really quite enjoyable at times, driving through the riverbeds when there's, you know, obviously floods at the right time of the year. But Tiff said, keep your eye out for rock wallabies. And I pulled up for about 2 seconds, and straight away we saw 5 or 6 bounding across the top of that rock wall, and I can actually see a heap here as well in the shade.
Yeah,
It's so funny because you said, nah, there's no way they'll be bouncing in full sun. If
Nah.
I was a rock wallaby,
Oh.
I'd want to be in the shade. And then sure enough, I saw that little one sitting in the shade.
Yeah, see behind the top of that tree, and there's one up the top of that range as well, but he's behind that tree.
Yeah. That
Anyway.
little one in the hole is tiny.
I know, and I reckon this other one's got a baby.
Go and walk over there.
Nah, they'll just bounce off. I don't want to stress them anyway. You having fun?
Yes.
What's the best bit? Snacks in the car?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like lollies in the car. I like lollies in the car.
Well, that's how we get you to do things, guys. We bribe you, like all good parents. Enjoy this, but I think we might duck into town, grab a couple of things. We've got some stuff waiting at the post office, and we might head back to camp and have a look at dinner. Full drive track tomorrow. Looking forward to that. But this was an enjoyable, relaxing drive as well. Back to the caravan. Really enjoyable day, a long day. It's a massive national park, a massive area, so lots of driving around. Did you enjoy it? Was it a bit boring for you? I thought it might have been.
But I like the playground.
Oh yeah, so we went into Hawker, the town down the road, took the kids to the playground, got a couple of little bits of stuff picked up from the post office, and now we're back at the caravan, and Chloe's lit the fire all by herself. You've done a really good job. They do actually sell firewood at the station, so we bought a couple of bags. But we do plan to collect our own firewood as much as possible where we're allowed to. So I have brought a little battery-powered chainsaw that we'll get out maybe between this spot and the next. Anyway, one of the things that I picked up from Hawker, from the post office in town there, was this Out Camp StarLink mini bracket, and I might be jumping the gun here because have I even mentioned that we bought StarLink mini?
No.
No, well, we bought StarLink mini, so there you go.
Daddy's got the goods. Oh yeah.
Sucker, eh?
Look at the smile on your face.
I know.
So materialistic.
I really am. They had the USB cable as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Crazy how much smaller it is.
Yeah.
So that is the entire dish, as well as the modem and everything all built into it. Half the size of our Gen 2, a hell of a lot lighter, and yeah, it should be a good thing.
You don't need the modem.
No. So we picked up StarLink Mini, Tiff, and we also picked up the USB-C DC connection, so I can run it off USB-C port.
Yes.
Rather than the 240 volt plug, so we don't have to run the inverter to run StarLink.
Yeah, and we want to mount it to the car because that just makes the most sense for us.
Yeah.
When we're in the van, it's going to have range anyway, and when we're driving, we can use internet.
Yeah, that's the plan for us and for the kids. So I'm a bit ahead of you. I forgot that I hadn't told you about this. So we picked up StarLink Mini already. I've got the USB-C cable to power it, so we don't need the inverter. I've already wired. Can you see this silver cable coming down here? That is the 5 meters of USB-C cable to power the Mini. It goes through here. It was a bit of a prick to do. It's hardwired in the back of this, so we have power. And then it comes up through a little gap in the boot, and I've got the cables all coiled up and ready to go on the roof here. So we've actually, I used to have 3 solar panels on the roof. I removed one in Port Lincoln.
Oh, and that's why in the last video we were like, we'll tell you more about that solar panel. Remember the solar panel was on the floor?
Oh yeah, yeah. So here you go, we're telling you more now.
It's all making sense.
Yeah. So we have got rid of one solar panel. These are 135 watts. So I've still got 270 watt up here, which is heaps. Previously with the 3, I had about 400 watts, which was overkill. But you've got to remember that the solar and the battery system in the car originally was because I went a bit of a smaller battery system in our last van, and I was planning to back charge our last van from the car. We can still do that, and we've done that once already in the last few weeks. But I've got a bigger battery system in this car, in this caravan now anyway. So this new caravan's got 600 amp hour. Car's got 400 amp hour. 1000 amp hour between car and caravan is a heap. Yeah, so we could afford to lose a solar panel up here, I guess is what I'm getting at. So I've kind of just loosely got these cables out the way, just because I didn't want them flapping on the roof while we're driving. I'm going to mount the bracket up here, mount the StarLink Mini, and then we'll tidy up that wiring afterwards. I'll show you what the bracket looks like. It's from an Aussie brand called Outcamp.
He's in South Australia, actually. A lot of people recommended that one.
Yeah. And he's obviously 3D printing these things himself. Do you mind holding the camera for me, Chloe? Thanks, chick. So this is his bracket. Just point at me, my girl. This is his bracket, and I'll show you what you have to do. You pull out, this is the little stand that comes on the back of the StarLink Mini. So you pull that out by squeezing this, I think, or lifting up. And then that mounts in like that. Yeah. And then it's secured in place with this little doodad, like so. And then that screws in there. Yeah, so I screw that in. And then this section of channel here is what's holding onto one of my roof rails. But I wanted to see how it all worked before I put it up. Because what I'll do is I'll plug the cable in first. And we've got to mount the bracket first, and then I clip it in. It's all 3D printed plastic.
That'll be sturdy enough.
Yeah, this, I've got to still screw this in, and that locks it in place.
Oh, okay. Oh, and it slides into that, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to see what it all looked like, but that's going to work sweet. So I'll pull that apart again, and I'll install it on the roof, and we'll go from there. So Tiff, this also looks like it'd be pretty easy to get on and off if we had to.
Yeah.
So it might be worth getting a second cable with a USB-C end.
Yeah.
So we can run it portable if we ever need to.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to plug that in first. And then slide that back like that. And then this is the little retaining bracket. And I think that's it. I'm just going to neaten up all that wiring, clip it away so it's not flapping around. And we're done. It's taken up bugger all room on the roof rack too, so heaps of space there for other stuff, like I said. Looks good. This Mob Out Camp, they did also sell a clear protective cover for the top of your panel if you wanted it. It was an extra, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 bucks, something like that. I'm going to risk it, see how it goes. Hopefully I don't regret that. But yeah, this looks good. Now I've got to cancel the other service on the other one. And, oh, that's something we should talk about, Tiff.
Yeah, come over here and do it.
I'll let Tiff explain because I'm not quite sure how we're doing it, but it's a little bit trickier than I thought. You can't just add a new panel and go.
Put it on.
Bugger. So I've got the cable running down. It's a USB-C end, and I've got USB plugs here. These are the ones that I originally had fit on my car, and they're not high enough wattage to run the Mini. You need 100 watt. So I went out and bought this one off eBay or Amazon, and I thought that one, it was supposed to be 100 watt, but it's obviously a dodgy listing, and it's definitely not, because I've just tested by running the inverter and plugging it into a USB-C port off a power pack for my laptop, which is 100 watt, and the dish works straight away, but it's not working off my 12 volt socket. So that's okay, I can get it sorted. It just means I've got to wait for, I'm gonna have to buy a little 100 watt socket, Tiff. That's annoying, eh?
Now we wait again.
Waiting again. I just want StarLink Mini.
That's not so bad though, because in order to get the new Mini, you can't just transfer your plan over. You've got to cancel one plan, like with our Gen 2 dish, and start a new plan with the Mini. And our Gen 2 plan expires at the end of this month, so at least we will get our bang for our buck. Yeah. Actually, StarLink were kind enough to give us 1 month credit because you can't transfer. So they were going to give us a credit for 1 month on the Mini. But that'll be fine. We'll get it sorted eventually. Ready?
Right,
Yeah,
Brodie's first ever s'more.
Yeah, first
What do you reckon?
ever.
Is it yummy?
What do you think? Good?
Isn't it funny? If it's chocolate or ice cream or a lolly, like no hesitation, even though he's never tried it.
Yeah, he'll try new things.
He'll just eat it straight away.
Yeah.
So weird. But broccoli, no. You want more? Oh yeah. I think these are the bickies you want. Digestives, chocolate coated.
Delish.
Good?
Yum.
10 out of 10?
10 out in, baby.
Is that a lock, Tiff? Yeah. Oh, we actually ended up temporarily sorting out the Mini, the StarLink Mini. So I am still running off the inverter in the car for the next week or so until I can get the 12 volt socket that I need. Need a 100 watt power supply from a socket, which I didn't quite have. So at least we can use Mini as we're driving, running off the inverter in the car, and in a week or so I'll have that all sorted, running off 12 volt, which would be good. But even running off the inverter in the car, it's using half as much power as the Gen 2 did. It's running at about 3 amp versus 7 or so amp from the Gen 2. So
oh, we did some speed.
That's good.
We did some speed tests last night as well, because we've got them both set up still.
Yeah.
But it was very inconsistent. Like, I was getting the same speed on both of them. You were getting half the speed on the Mini versus the Gen 2. I don't know. We
expect the Mini to be slower because it's not directional or whatever. It's not pointing at the satellites. It just points straight up. But still,
really, it's fast enough for what you need, really.
Still faster than our home internet, regardless. Anyway, we're hoping that we'll be able to pick up the key for this full drive track now. We're going to head over to the reception, grab the key, and see what this full drive track's all about. Hey, one thing I was going to mention, we're in the off-grid camping area, the bush camping area of Rawnsley Station, and we're paying 40 bucks a night, Tiff?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the powered, because there is powered and watered sites up near the reception. I'm not sure if they're more expensive or not, but it's like a caravan park type setup. You're fairly close together. Out here, we're towards the end of the bush camping section. There's no one for, I don't know, maybe a kilometre?
Yeah.
There's not many people out here.
It's beautiful.
It's wicked.
Yeah.
It feels like we're just sort of free camping. But it is 40 bucks a night, which has been amongst some of the most expensive accommodation we've spent in South Australia so far. And the full drive track we're about to do, to get the key and to get access to the track, 50 bucks?
I think it was 55.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, well.
There's
whatever.
that. Still want to do it, though. Suckers, maybe. I don't know. Once in a lifetime stuff. Bucket list stuff. Full driving in the Flinders Ranges. I'll pay 50 bucks for that.
Here you go.
Ready to roll?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're stoked they got internet.
While we're driving, yeah. Let's go. Oh my God. Do you know what? I'm sure I banged out on about this the other day. All I want is satellite maps while I'm driving offline.
Gav just said, I wish there was a way you could turn this into a satellite.
This is Apple
CarPlay. This is what I just did. Boom, boom.
You have no idea how excited I am about that. What else are you thinking?
Oh, I just wondered what else you could.
Well, you can zoom in and out, I just saw, using your fingers like you do on your phone.
No, you can't.
Oh, can't you?
No.
Oh, oh, yeah. Plus and minus. No plus and minus there.
Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, okay.
This is going to be so epic for, like, you know, driving into a free camp, got the van on the back, don't want to get stuck down a dead end. There's no, you know, Google Maps doesn't have the roads listed, but if I've got satellite maps, that is seriously cool.
Anyway, here you go.
That's wicked. Still haven't got the key yet. Need to get the key, and then we duck across the road, full drive tracks on the other side of the highway.
What's going on here? We've got 2 locks.
Very cool. It's pretty much starts straight away, and it's like a ridgeline track. You climb up to the top of this range, and the track is just darting along the top of these mountains the whole way. Beautiful views the whole time like this. Not difficult at all, but very scenic. is a ripper view. What was this one called?
Hooglist Hill.
Hooglist. You don't have to pay for the. Do you have to pay for the key to do this?
Not to get here, no. This is just a lookout.
If you don't do the full drive track, at least come up here and check this out. Quickly stick the drone up, and then we're straight out on the main road and heading back to camp. We've got to start to think about some tea.
We started this at what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
It's now 3 o'clock.
We've been stuffing around though. Thoroughly enjoyable drive though. Beautiful scenery the entire way. Really nice. Yeah?
Really good.
Yeah, loving the Flinders.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I knew I would though.
Hey?
I knew I would though.
Yeah, I know.
Me too.
What are you doing?
I've been forced to light the fire tonight. So Chloe's lit it for the last, what, 2 nights? 3 nights?
Yeah.
And last night she was making fun of me because I've never lit a campfire before and she's lit 3.
Yeah, it just sort of dawned on us, on all of us. But yeah, Tiff has never, in her 35 years of age, never lit a campfire before.
So?
Tonight's the night. Chloe's taught her how. She's going to give it a go.
Chloe hasn't taught me how.
Well, you watched it the last couple of
No, I
nights.
didn't.
Oh, didn't you?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Actually, I always get questions on this, Tiff, like what I'm using to light the fire. It's a Gasmate butane torch, gas torch. You get these you get the head from Bunnings, and then these are just your normal like butane canisters that you use for your little lunchbox cookers or whatever. The burner's like 20 or 30 bucks from Bunnings. I'll put it on the screen anyway.
Hey, Chloe. Chloe.
Yeah?
Are you going to come teach me?
Yeah.
All right. Chloe's going to teach me.
Cool. And then I'll show you what we're doing for tea, because the fire is an integral part of it. What a view, eh?
Now I'm questioning it.
I don't know.
Integral?
Whatever.
Integral. It's an integral part. It's integral.
Babe, people watching Wild Touring, they know what they're going to get.
It's integral. Isn't it?
I don't know.
Integral.
This is why you proof all my emails.
What do I do?
So first you can twist that.
Twist it?
But don't touch that. Don't touch the end.
Yeah. How much do I twist it?
That's it. And then click that button.
The trigger.
Yeah.
And go down.
How many times do I click it?
Keep going till it lights. There you go.
Oh.
Close.
Is that it?
I think so. Is it going to light?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, it's lit. There's a flame. There is a flame.
Well done, Tiffy, and well done, Chloe, for showing her. Anyway, for dinner, we're going to be doing some sous vide steaks and some chips. And I'm going to be using this thing here called the Cookmaster. It's from Kitchen Warehouse. I've been testing it for about a month already. It's not available yet, so I'll probably tell you more about it in the future when it is available. But you'll see us using it, and we'll be using it in different ways. Like we've already been using it as an air fryer. We've been steaming things, and today we're going to be sous videing something in it. Anyway, I've got some nice steaks from our butcher, Ryan's Quality Meats. So these came out the freezer. They're just in there in snap lock bags. I've got this set to 54 degrees for 2 hours, and then I'm going to finish them on the fire on a cast iron pan. And then there's another lid that goes onto this to turn this into an air fryer, and I'll air fry the steaks in it. And that's it, really.
The chips.
Yeah, I'll air fry the chips. The steaks will be finished on the fire.
Yes.
You'll see. It'll all come together and make sense.
But I tell you what, for caravanning, this thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's just got, there's so many things you can do at once.
Yeah.
You can do everything with it. But,
yeah, we've already been using it as a steamer and an air fryer. That's pretty much it, really.
Air
so far.
fryer, definitely. We used, at home, we used our air fryer, pretty much every day.
Yeah, and I was going to take an air fryer away anyway, and I was going to take my sous vide stick away. So when this did both of those functions and was about the same sort of size, it was a no-brainer.
Win-win.
Righto, I've emptied the water out, I've pulled the steaks out. I'm going to season them and fry them off in a sec. I've just got 2 layers of chippies in here ready to go, and I'm changing the head. So before it was just a lid. Now this has got the top element in it. So there's 2 elements. There's an element on the bottom and an element on the top for different modes. And I'm just going to bang that on air fry, which is probably what we've used it the most for, Tiff. And that'll take 10 or 15 minutes. Give you time to cook these steaks. So I've got a couple of Scotchies and a couple of Porterhouse, and I'm just pat them dry, get all the moisture off them. Seem to get a heaps better seal when you do that. And I'm just going to generously season them.
Porterhouse is the superior steak of the two.
Says nobody ever. What's up, Chloe? You want to go?
Yeah.
All over them, nice and even.
Are you having Scotch or Porterhouse?
Thanks, chick. That'll do.
Which one's better?
The Scotch is fatter, so there's a big nugget of fat in it.
Porterhouse. Which one are you having?
Porterhouse.
You like the Porterhouse because it's easy to cut the fat off, isn't it? The fat cap. Jeez, Chloe, you think I'm getting this stuff for free? I have to pay for it, girl. Oh, yeah. So just searing. It's already sous videing. It's cooked the whole way through already. Just trying to get a nice crust on top. So it doesn't take long. A quick peek.
Hey.
Oh, it's not quite as hot as I'd like, to be honest with you. That Is your steak alright, Tiffy?
Yes, but I feel like a child eating cut up steak.
Yeah. Give it a go, sous vide. You don't have to use that machine. You can do, I've done sous vide in an esky before. Around 54 degrees for about 2 hours, and then a really good sear. Sear it for longer if you want it sort of well done, or just a really quick sear if you want it medium rare and it's beautiful. Anyway, mine will need flipping actually. Oh yeah. Fire's not actually as hot as I'd like, but it'll do. Yeah. Cupie?
What do you mean Cupie for?
What?
For my chips and my steak.
No.
Crazy girl.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're packed up and ready to roll out of this camp. Like I said, we're going to stay in the Flinders Ranges. We're going to move on now to
Mount Little Station.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're on the west, no, we've been on the eastern side of the Flinders. Now we're heading over to the western side of the Flinders.
Yeah, this next one looks really good for kids. We'll show you when we get there, but it sounds like there's a few good things to do with kiddies.
Yeah.
But before we get there...
My heart's racing a little bit.
Yeah, I know, you're really nervous.
I'm quietly pooping my pants.
The track in here to this campsite, the last section that we did, you don't have to go this far at Rawnsley, but the section that we did, a little bit of an angle, a few big dips and stuff to get into it. So
it looked okay coming in because we were going all downhill, but even on our day trips out, we've gone uphill. I'm like, oh my God, we've got to do this with the caravan.
I know, and I've been actually losing traction and spinning wheels just driving out of here. So let's see how we go with the van on the back. Tiff's probably going to walk a lot of it. Do you know what happens? A lot of the full drive tracks we do, if the really hard bits don't get filmed, because Tiff will be having a panic attack and won't get the camera out.
I know. But
she's going to walk these bits. It's probably better for her not to be in the car anyway.
Yes.
And she'll film them for us. So let's see how we go, eh?
It's funny you see all these YouTubers like getting bogged and getting their camera out. The camera is the last thing I want to touch if we're bogged.
Yeah.
Okay, first section was okay, but this is the section that... Oh no, hang on, sorry. No, we've got a little bit of a creek crossing to do first. Well, it's dry at the moment. And then we've got the big angled one. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, we just scraped the end of the caravan. Yeah, we just scraped into these and this section.
I scraped the back a bit.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. What was it?
The back stabilizer legs.
Yeah.
And the firewood
It'll look all right.
Rack, yeah.
We're quite lucky the back of that van's got a fairly good departure angle anyway, eh?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, we're out.
That wasn't too bad, was it?
Yeah, we're okay.
It's pretty much the worst of it. It wasn't that bad, but...
It was. I'm glad I wasn't in the car.
Yeah, I know, I'm glad you weren't in the car either. I got scratches on my knee from last time.
It's like this Jeep, Dad.
Yeah.
And then show it up, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Then put your camera away.
Put my camera away? Why?
Put it in your pocket, Dad.
Alright.
You put a bad shadow on you. Yeah, there you go.
Now I got double chins. This is where you say, yeah, no matter what you do.
At least having a beard hides your double chin a bit.
Why do you think... Yeah, I know. Why do you think I rock it? But the problem is now I'm getting grey and fat.
Well,
What are you doing?
you've only got yourself to blame for one of those.
Yeah, for one of them.
One of those issues.
Probably both.
What you doing with your toe? Wrap, Dad?
A wrap? No, you're going to have steak and chips, little man.
No, I wouldn't.
Of course you do. Everyone wants steak and chips.
Why would you want to wrap
I don't know.
over steak and chips?
Right. That won't take long. You want a yogurt?
Yeah.
No, you're going to have steak and chips. It'll be yummy.
I was too busy looking at the caravan. I tripped over it. I'm like, ah!
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.